Hello, in this video I'm going to go over another add-on that I have discovered in my deep dive through the add-on menus that are not listed in the browse all add-ons. And so what I'm going to cover today is called the Lazy Learner, and why this can be a useful add-on. I'm going to go into the menu here and show you where to get this add-on if you're interested in trying it out, and what it could be useful for. So I'm going to start off by going up into this menu here. Now this is on PlayStation, so if you're on PC, you're going to have to download the add-on where you normally get add-ons. It's a separate website. For Xbox, you guys should have this here, but I will say you need to be on a PS5 or an Xbox S series, I believe it is. Anything behind that, such as a PS4 or Xbox One, add-ons are not available on there, unfortunately. So you do have to be on a, I guess they call it next generation console. I'm not sure, but going forward here, you want to click on this all categories menu. And if you haven't seen any of my other add-on videos, I'm going to put the link of the playlist in the description in case you want to get a deep dive on some other add-on overviews that I've done. So if you're interested in that, check out the description in addition to all the other information that I normally put in my descriptions. Um, I'll probably put a couple other playlists in there for character development things. Um, Maybe my songs playlist as well, in case you're interested in those. So check that out. But what we want to do in this menu here is go down to the character progression menu here and check that, and then you're going to back out of the menu so it'll load those. And you just want to alphabetize it so you can locate the stuff easier. And the add-on we're going to talk about here is the Lazy Learner. Now, why this is a nice add-on, what it does is it's going to automatically learn all of the different reagents and glyph types for alchemy and enchanting on your character, so you can easily create potions and enchantment writs, or whatever you want to build on your character. It makes it easier to work with a character if you have the stuff named. Obviously, now that with add-ons in place, the lazy writ crafter and things like that will automate it further. However, this is another step you can do to gain some knowledge on a new character, or perhaps you're just starting out on the game. So useful for both veteran players if you're starting a new character of some kind. I know with a lot of class reworks and the things that they've done in the game, you might be buying a new class that you've never done. And so this is an add-on that might be useful on an alternate tune, so you can learn how to make stuff. It is kind of a pain in the ass to have to jump on to your main crafter to build gear or whatnot. And it makes it easier to make a glyph here if you don't have them memorized. I'll just show you what I'm talking about here. You can go into creator and you can see how everything's got a question mark near it, except for some of these do have known stuff, but for the most part, these are all unknown. And so if you don't have these memorized, it can be really a pain in the butt to try and figure out which glyph you need. And what this add-on that I'm going to talk about here is going to do, it's going to create a bunch of glyphs so that you know exactly what each one of these do. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my menu here, and I have the add-on turned on already. So if you don't know how to do that, you need to go to options and then add-ons, and then up here to manage add-ons. This is once you have the add-on installed, by the way. You go in add-ons, and then you're going to want to go down to where your add-on is. This is the Lazy Learner, and you want to make sure that it's checked there. Now, if you have to check it on, you're going to have to reload UI if you make a change. Anytime you uncheck or check a add-on, you need to reload your UI so the system refreshes what you've turned on and off. So then once we've got the add-on on and it's installed, we're going to go into this add-ons menu. It's right below the social menu. And then we're going to go into the Lazy Learner add-on menu. And this is where you can make all of your adjustments, all the configurations to the add-on itself. If you want to learn all the traits or just the base game traits, you can turn those on and off like that. And then you can queue alchemy here. This is one of the ways that you can queue the add-on to function. You just hit this queue button and then you walk over to the alchemy table. And then the other one here is for enchantment, same thing. You can base game runes or all runes, and then you can ask it to use Kuta or not. I'm going to say no on this one because I don't want to burn a bunch of different stuff just to learn what Kuta is. I already know what that is, so I'm going to leave that off so I don't burn through gold mats on this. And then you can get reporting. I'm not quite sure what that is. I've not used this function yet. And then this will give you different colored messaging. This add-on, if you read the menu down here on where the add-on is, we'll get to that portion here. Anytime you're looking at an add-on, when you get to this add-on or menu here where you do the install and whatnot, you can scroll through on the right-hand side and read all of the details on what the add-on does and how it functions. So basically, there are two ways to activate this add-on. You can either do the Q button inside the settings there, or you can use a chat command there, as you can see, the /lazylearn. So I'm going to do both ways. I'm going to use the Q for the alchemy, and then I'm going to use the Q for the lazylearn for the enchantments. So we're going to try that out just to show you how it runs, and we're going to test drive it in the video here. So we're going to go into Lazy Learner, and I'm going to Q the alchemy by pressing the Q alchemy, and there you go. Visit an alchemy station to learn your traits. So all I have to do is walk over here and go into the alchemy station, and it's automatically, as you can see on the right hand side, it's creating all the potions that I need, and it will learn all of the reagents. So we're just going to let this go through real quickly. May take a minute to make them all. And one more thing to be focused on, you're going to have to make sure that you have some inventory space when you do this, because it obviously will create a large amount of potions that are not going to stack because they are all different. You're trying to learn what each of the reagents do on the table. So keep that in mind. You are going to need some inventory space to do this. It should be just about finished here. Okay, it's getting through the mother of pearl, the dragon's blood, the clam gall reagents. Those are kind of the more expensive ones. There's a couple of dragon reams. Going through the poisons. I'm pretty sure this is finished. The scrolling through on the right-hand side is a little bit lagged behind. Okay, so now you can see it's finished flagging everything on the screen. So now what you can do is you can back out, and now when you go into the alchemy station to create something, as you can see, it didn't learn these because I can't craft with these. However, the important part is down here in the actual reagents. Now you can see every single one of these has all 4 traits learned, and it's discovered. And so this is a reason why that add-on is helpful. Now, this does not give you any XP. This just gives you the knowledge on your character. So do keep that in mind. That's not an XP generator. It's just knowledge on your character so that you can learn all the stuff that you want to learn. So I'm just going to sell these potions that I just made so I can clear out inventory space for the enchantment. Now, another nice thing is if you've already learned everything like I just did, the add-on is going to recognize what you've already learned. It's not going to make more potions of that same thing. So that's something to realize as well. It's not going to create something that you don't need. So just clear out as much space as we possibly can on here. Okay. So the next one that we need to do is the enchantment table. But just like I said before, we're going to use the chat command on this one so that I can show you both ways of using the add-on. So this is the lazy learner, and what we're going to use here is the chat command /lazylearn. Okay, so now this part is unfortunately not going to be able to totally be seen in the video because it doesn't show when I'm typing and what I'm putting in. But there I just did the lazy learn command, and I'll walk up to the table here. We'll see what it does. Okay, so the command didn't work. Let me try it one more time. If it doesn't work, then we'll just use the in add-on function. Okay, so there must be some kind of a bug on the chat command for console anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the add-on menu here, and we're going to go just like we did with the enchantment. We're just going to Queue Enchanting. And as you can see, we're getting the on-screen message there. So now what we're going to do, now this is going to create, again, a lot of different glyphs. So what we're going to need to make sure is you have enough inventory here to do this. Otherwise, it's likely going to stop in the middle. So I'm just going to go onto the table here. And as you can see on the right, it is creating all of the different types of glyphs that you need to learn all of the different functions that the glyphs do. And you can see my inventory is increasing on the left-hand side as it creates these. I'm not pressing any buttons here. It's just automatically doing this, and it's driving itself essentially. But this is a really quick way to learn all of the different things on the game. For example, if somebody were to ask you to build you something and you're just on an alt tune, this is going to help you just build something rather than having to jump off of your character. You never know when you're going to need this type of information on your character, so I would suggest giving it a try. It looks like I have finished learning what I can learn here, so I'm going to back out. I'm going to go into the table here, and we're going to see what we've learned. So these are all the stuff that I can't do because I don't have crafting points in. If you want it to learn absolutely everything here, then you're going to need to put points into your crafting. I'll just go over that real quick in case that's something that needs to be covered. You're going to go into your skills and go all the way down to the bottom where the crafting skill lines are. And essentially for the alchemy, if you want to learn everything here, you need to maximize the solvent proficiency as well as probably the chemistry as well, so that you can get more money for what you're building. And the laboratory use is probably the more important one out of that. So you'll need 8 points plus the 3, which is 11, and then one more. So you'll need 12 points for the alchemy minimum. Now, if you're struggling with points, you need to remember we can automatically respec on the fly. So if you're on a build, for example, for like a dungeon trials, whatever PvE build, and you're wanting to do this on your character, all you have to do, start by going over here to your armory, save your build. Once you have your build saved, then all you have to do is respec your skill points, put them on your crafting, do your crafting stuff. When you're finished with everything that you're doing, just come over here to your Armory again and reload your saved build. All your stuff will be right back where it was. Really quickly, that's all it takes. So for the enchantment, you're going to want to increase the potency improvement and the aspect improvement. Those two things need to be increased in order to finalize all of the different types of glyphs. So you'll need another 14 points there. So if you're really strapped for points, you can do these one at a time and just respec each way. That way you have the points to deal with for each task. And I didn't catch it while I was doing the command earlier, but the chat command did work. So I just didn't notice it was in the chat here. It didn't put the on-screen learn like it did with the actual function, but it gives you a report here for queuing up that stuff. So keep that in mind. It might just be showing commands in your chat there, and you'll have to pay attention to that. So to go back into the table here, now we've learned all of the essence runestones. So we know this is frost, stamina regeneration, armor, disease, prismatic regeneration, shield, poison, spell harm, magicka regeneration, and so on. It learned the fine here with the Jejota and the Ta, obviously, and then I've not learned the Denata yet, but that's something I would have to put in points to learn that. So as you can see, that learned all of the essence runestones. If you wanted to learn the potency ones, you're going to have to fill in the potency points in your skills in order to go through all of these. And it will do those as well. So that's how easy this is to work with. So then all you got to do is come over here to create room. You just go in and decon all of your essentially junk. And as you can see, I just cleared out my inventory back to pretty much normal. And it didn't move my XP level at all doing this. If you're keeping a low level character for some reason, going into CP 50 or something like that, although that's not going to be long on this world. Apparently, they're getting rid of all the campaigns except for Vengeance and Greyhost. So low-level CP characters may be a thing of the past going forward. Who knows? But if you have them and you want to learn stuff like this add-on is really a great way to do that. It's going to speed that up and make it pretty much effortless. So give it a try. If you thought this video was helpful or interesting, please consider liking and subscribing to my channel. I have close to over 300 videos on this channel or on this game, The Elder Scrolls Online, and I have all of my videos separated out by created playlists, and they are organized by several different topics. I've got a companion playlist on there for all of my companion videos. If you're trying to create a new character or you're new to the game, I have a playlist called ESO Beginners Barracks. Check that out if you're interested in that topic. I have set overviews, farming playlists, a crafting playlist, DPS, healers, tanks, all kinds of stuff. Check out my channel and look at my created playlists and see if there's anything else there to interest you. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.